right, welcome back. Let's see how you did. So for the first one, you had to convert 2 grams to milligrams. So you're going from a bigger unit to a smaller unit, which means your answer should be bigger than 2 because it takes more milligrams to equal 1 gram. Okay, so let me get my writing tool. We start from the unit given, which was grams, which is right here on our chart. We have to go down our chart all the way to milli. So 3 arrows. That tells you how many times you need to move your decimal point, okay? So remember, when you move to the right, it's the same thing as multiplying by 10 each time. So times 10, times 10, times 10, but you don't actually have to do the math if you move the decimal point. So 2 is a whole number, so its decimal point is at the end of the number like this. We need to move it 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. And what I need to do is put zeros there as placeholders. So my answer becomes 2,000. So 2 grams is the same thing as saying 2,000 milligrams. And the abbreviation for milligrams is mg. So 2,000 was the answer. Moving on. Okay, 12 kilometers. So we are going from kilometers, so kilo, right here, to meters, which is the unit. So right there in the middle of the chart, okay? So we're going from the biggest unit to a smaller unit, kilometers to meters. So, same thing. We need 3 arrows, 3 jumps to get to the unit that we need. And we are moving to the right, so that tells us which direction we need to move the decimal point. So remember, it's like multiplying by 10 3 times. So 12 is a whole number, the decimal point is here, move it once, that's the same thing as multiplying by 10. So that's 120. Move it again, same thing as multiplying by 10, add another 0, we're at 1,200, but I need to move it one more time. So the final answer is 12,000. 12 kilometers is the same thing as 12,000 meters. Final answer. Hopefully you are doing okay. Next example, we have to convert millimeters to centimeters. Okay, so this is the first one where you had to go the other way. We started at the smallest unit, millimeters, very, very, very small, but we don't have to go very far. Centimeters is right here. So see how it was only 1 jump, which means you only need to move the decimal point 1 time. Now we are going to the left, which remember, now you should have thought about it as dividing by 10. So remember, when you divide, your answer should be getting smaller. So 300, the decimal point is here. We only need to move it once. So 30, so right now, what it looks like is 30, oh my gosh, my handwriting is awful, 30.0. Which is the same thing as 30. You don't even need to keep the 0.0. So 300 millimeters is the same thing as 30 centimeters. Okay, next one. We have 40 grams, and we want to know what that is in kilograms. So we start in the middle of our chart because that's where grams is. And we need to go to kilograms. So times 10, times 10, I'm sorry, oh goodness, divide by 10, divide by 10, divide by 10, divide by 10. We move the decimal point 3 places to the left because that's the direction we're moving on the chart, okay? So the answer should be smaller than 40 since a kilogram is bigger than a gram. So 1, 2, 3. So what you would have to do here is the decimal point's going to be here, but we need a number as a placeholder, so we're going to stick a 0 right there. Okay, so 40 grams is the same thing as 0.040. Okay, but we usually don't write decimals like that. So really what we do is we stick a 0 in front of the decimal point because it just looks better like that. And then if you want, you can take that 0 off at the end. So how I would say this answer, I would say 40 grams is equal to 0 and 400 kilograms, because the 4 is in the hundreds place. Tenths, hundreds, thousands. So 0.04 final answer. But again, if you kept the 0, that's okay. All right, and then the last one, I believe. Oops. Yeah, last one. 500 milligrams to grams. So looking at our visual, we're going from milligrams, the smallest unit, to grams right here in the center. So 1, 2, 3, that tells you how many times to move the decimal point. We're moving to the left, so that is the same thing as dividing by 10 each time you move the decimal point. So 500 is a whole number, decimal point here is here when we start, and we move it 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. So 0.500, but really people would take those, chop those zeros off at the end. So 0.5, stick the 0 in front. So 0 and 5/10 of a gram. Okay, so that's, you can also say that as half. So 500 milligrams is the same thing as half of a gram. Hopefully you did okay on this lesson. If you need to go back and watch the videos, do that if you don't feel comfortable taking the exit ticket right now, okay? The exit ticket problems are very, very similar to this. This chart will be given to you on the exit ticket, so you will have that to look at. But hopefully you wrote down these example problems in your notebook, so you also have the examples to look at as you're taking the exit ticket. So please right now go ahead and upload a picture of your work here, and then go into Google Classroom where you will find your exit ticket. Okay, bye guys.